All right, all right, all right. Welcome in. You have found us once again. Shoot the Gap, a rabbit hole fantasy football focused show spanning the generation gap of the 20s and 40s. I am your humble MC, Brian D'Amico Baldwin, and it is my pleasure, it is my honor to introduce to you Connor, the Gut Marshall. How you doing, my brother?
I'm really happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be with my amigo in the month of August, the month of mocks. It's when it gets real, man. This is what the whole year's been for.
Yeah. So you like the fact that now you have a theme song, whenever I introduce you?
I love it. I'm leaning right into it. I want to hear this shit every week.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, dude. So shout out to Emily Hastings there. But yeah, that's your theme music. Okay, so it's now the 74th show, August 3rd, in this hopeful year of our Lord. And Connor, you know what August means?
It means the month of mocks, my friend.
There you go. Yes, man. The month of mocks. Explain what the month of mocks is, my brother.
Man, well, we've been talking a little bit about it on the show, but pretty much we're going to do a mock every show for the whole month of August.
Excellent. But yes, that's exactly what happens. The show morphs from the fun-loving factual fantasy football fricassee to... Yeah. The monsters of mock. Yeah, exactly right. The whole month leading up to the kickoff of the season, every show will be doing a live 10-man mock. So you'll be able to see different approaches to building a team, and we're hoping it'll help you form your league winning strategy. So there's a lot to get to. So we're going to be doing a mock today and also be going over the good news, and but let me go in. Yeah, think you quite right. Yeah. So before we go ahead and do that, let's go ahead and thank the supporters of our show. Why don't you get us started with that, Connor?
I'm gonna start off with thanking High Volume Music Radio, because they were so kind to have me on their show Drive Time last week. High Volume Music Radio is the pride of Sunnyside. I love Houston. Born and raised, man, and I love keeping it in Houston. Brian, what are some of the best shows you can hear on High Volume Music Radio?
Edgar B's Vocal Sounds, the Business Knowledge Worker Show, Bring Back the 8-Track, Access Granted, Brown Sugar Express, What's on Your Mind with Aunt Boogie, Blame It on the Boogie, the Monday Mixtape, and the new Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian. How about that?
I heard that Charlie guy is a real cool guy.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, but Brian, he's jerk.
He's a dick.
Yeah, but Charlie keeps it together. Good man. If it ain't high volume,
it ain't loud enough.
Yeah, the pride of Sunnyside, and of course, Sports Host app. I've heard something about the Sports Host app where it's too much love. Okay,
too much love.
It's too good of a place to go. You can't. So when you have that inner jerking, that wants to get a couple of punches into the Yankees or into the Rangers, the Cowboys, that's not the place to go. Sports Host app is the place to go where it's nothing but love. You can talk all different types of sports. You have, of course, NFL, baseball, basketball, cricket, disc golf, and also gaming. So really big into gaming. Check out that app, Sports Host app. Make sure and download it. You'll be happy that you did.
Yes, sir. And go ahead and remember.
There we go. Yes, the good news. What were you saying, sir? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out.
Yeah, that's something we should probably talk about at the top of the show, right, man? Just like and subscribe if you're digging it. Check us out. That way you'll get every episode, and you'll be able to get every single one of our mocks, and so you'll get to see how things work.
You don't want to miss the month of mocks.
Yeah, exactly right. So let's do this, Connor. Do you want to go ahead and jump into a room?
Yeah,
and
bro.
Then let's go and do that. Let's go and see if we can go to a late one. There's one that's like starting in 13 minutes. Let me know when you read one, and I'll jump. It's a Tin Man. Remember? Oh, there's only one Tin Man. Squib Kick. If you're able to get into it.
Squib. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see it? See it? You see it? Did you get it?
How many minutes is it?
13 minutes.
Oh, I
13
see it.
minutes.
Squib. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna be 5.
5. Okay. All right. I'll go 9. I'll go late. All right. Cool. All right. So, while we wait for that to start, keep an eye on that, Connor. Okay. Make sure that we don't talk through our start time.
I got you.
Okay. So, all right. So we'll start today. We'll start with news that's gonna make you wince. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So Carson Wentz is already injured. Yeah. So. And, according to doctors, Wentz had an old foot injury from high school, and something recently came loose, so he will have surgery immediately and will be out 5 to 12 weeks.
Well, he definitely has an old foot. He has an old foot, old back, and old everything, pretty much.
He has an old soul. How about that?
He has an old
like
body.
That? No, an old soul.
Old soul.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, da-ding-chee. Okay, I need to get a rib shot up in here. Okay, but yeah, worst case scenario, it's 3 months, okay? That's around Halloween, folks. Okay, that's whenever that's the worst case scenario, the guy would be coming back.
Well, actually, worst case scenario is Carson Wentz. So he's going to get injured again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm terrible, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this news, it was big enough that if we weren't recording today, I think we would have done a sniper episode. Yeah, I think you would have, yeah, so I went ahead and held over because this news broke yesterday, and so that's why I want to talk about it off the top. Yeah. But Connor, with this news, J-Train, what does that do to him?
A lot of people are wincing at the news, and they are,
You can't use my joke.
Nah, man, I'm viewing this as a stock. Whenever it's a stock that you believe in and it goes down, but it's gonna go back up. I might not draft him in the first round, but I still think that Jonathan Taylor's gonna be an RB1 this year.
Yeah, he's gonna go in the first round, dude. Like there's in the mocks that I've been doing, and maybe you might see it today, everybody. But I've seen him go in the first round because I think there's a belief that they're going to be leaning on the run more. And so that he's going to be getting more work. And that line is no joke, dude. That's arguably the best offensive line in NFL, at least in the AFC South. So,
I agree with you wholeheartedly, brother. I know we talked about this a couple of days ago, and that was the thesis of my argument was that Jonathan Taylor has one of the best linemen in Quentin Nelson, let alone the line is good besides Nelson.
Yep. This also knocks down Jack Doyle, Michael Pittman Jr., T.Y. Hilton, Big Mo, the lot. They're all down. However, it always is a but. Always turn the page. An injury like this creates rumors abound. And the one with the most smoke right now is Nick Foles, who is forever having Wentz's sloppy seconds, being traded to the Colts. To help fan the flames, Connor, here's a direct quote from Foles. Listen, Frank Reich is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, coaches of all time, he said yesterday. He did say that he's a Bear and hadn't had any contact with the Colts head coach. But Reid did coach both Wentz and Foles as an offensive coordinator in Philly way back when they won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me ask you now. Now we know where the toilet that Taylor right now, his value is starting to do that circular motion. But if it turns out Foles does get traded to the Colts and becomes their new QB, what does that do to J-Train?
That makes me less high on J-Train than if they roll with what they got or sign someone else.
Whoa, really?
No disrespect to Nick Foles, but he's done, man. He's washed.
Yeah, how is that not any disrespect, man? Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no disrespect, but you're a piece of shit. It's like...
You know what? Every time you hear that but, it's
yeah,
always
every
coming.
time you say no disrespect, there's definitely some disrespect.
Coming.
Yeah.
Brace, yeah. One more thing. The trade with Philly included a conditional 2022 second rounder that could go up to first if Wentz hit certain marks. So, once again, a Wentz injury hurt the Eagles. Yeah, so, yeah. How about that, man? How about that? I do want to just go ahead and throw this out there. I'd be hands off on all the Colts offensive players right now. In fact, also there's a reverberation from this where the Colts defense, I saw my last mock went in the 15th round. So like the defense is starting to fall because of this. So keep an eye out.
As it should. I think you should be less high on him, and I think that you should be less high on Mr. Rodrigo Blankenship.
Oh, yeah. There's actually, I just read today that in training camp he's having a battle with Eddie Pinheiro right now because something about like towards the end of the season that Goggles, he missed a few few big field goals, and also I think he missed like 5 of his extra points, which a kicker shouldn't miss any of those.
Especially if his nickname is Rodrigo.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. I
gave him that one, and I'm mad about him because I gave him it, and then he started sucking.
Oh well, timing in life is everything, my brother. Yeah, but no. So I would stay off it. If Nick Foles comes around, I'm more high on it than Connor is, but I don't know if Nick Foles is going to be the answer. I jokingly threw this out there in the group chat whenever we have with Brock. I said Jimmy G to the Colts. I was half joking. There's no smoke on this. This is just me speculating 100% out of the blue. But, think about it. If Trey Lance picks up, Jimmy G would be something that they can get something from the Colts, But back to their defense on the Colts, I would not discount them because they still play in the AFC South, okay? So that's 2 games against the Texans, 2 games against Jacksonville already. Okay, so that's a quarter of your season that you're going to have high production. Okay, and that's saying a lot from a defense. So I think that's a really good pick. So I'm not so far down on them. But anything more you want to say on that situation there, Connor?
Selah, I think we summed it up.
Okay, well let's stay in Philly. Devonta Smith went down to training camp with what's being called a minor knee sprain and is only expected to miss a couple of weeks. The Eagles are saying there's no cause for concern for the Heisman Trophy winner. So Connor, is there?
Yeah, this is live news, guys, because this is the first I'm hearing about it, and I'm not gonna lie, my tummy is rumbling processing this news. My gut is upset. Now, look, if this was someone like DK Metcalf or some other really big wide receiver, I wouldn't be very concerned, but Devontae Smith, he's kind of he's more slender, so he has less meat on his frame. So time will tell if he's like Mr. Brady and he's a plant man, and he can bend and weave and never break. But this definitely is not the kind of news that you want to be hearing.
How old are you, Connor?
I am 23, about to be 24.
So when's the last time you ever had like an injury, like a twist, when's the last time you twisted your ankle?
About a year ago.
Okay. How long did it take you to get to where you could, it wasn't like perfect, but you were able to pretty much, you're like at 80%. How long did that take?
I think it took me like 4 or 5 days. What's funny is it was hurting until my friend told me that he was going to work out without me, and I shit you not, it magically healed because I was so mad at the thought of him working out without me.
See, you can do that in your 20s,
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
See, when you get older, you can't, okay? And so that was with you missing a workout. How about if you're going to miss your debut of playing your dream job, okay?
I see the path. I'm back on Devonta Smith.
Yes. Don't. It's dropping. His ADP is dropping because of it. But don't buy it. Okay, he's a young dude. Okay, he'll be all right. It's minor. He's fine. Okay, in my opinion. All right. So staying in the NFC East. This is the one that hit just how that hit your gut. This hit mine. News just came out that yesterday Kenny Golladay appeared to grab the back of his leg after a play and exited practice with the trainer. All right. So. I just said it hit my draft a little bit. I'm having to rethink my strategy a little bit because I was pretty excited about him. But what's your thoughts? Yeah, I know you're not high on Kenny G to begin with, but what's your thoughts?
You know, I wanted Kenny G to have a good season, but I thought if there's anything that plagues him, it wasn't going to be his play and it wasn't going to be quarterback play. It was going to be his injuries. And it does appear that he's got a case of the lingering hamstring injury. As Houstonians, we know something about lingering hamstring injuries. They're not fun.
Oh, yeah. No. And let me lay this down on you here, dude. So Kenny G missed 5 games in 2017 due to a grade 2 hamstring strain. 2 games last year with a hamstring strain, and 8 games last year with a hip strain. Okay, I think this guy is damaged goods, man, and he looks to be a fantasy headache. I mean, just like, you don't know if he's gonna last the whole game. You know, whenever he plays, you just don't know if you're gonna get a full 4 quarters from this guy. Exactly. You know, so I mean, I would avoid him. I mean, I would avoid all Giants because of this next bit. There was a full team brawl at practice today with Daniel Jones being at the bottom of the pile. So Coach Joe Judge, you know, who, I mean, come on, man. The name Joe Judge, you know, that still sounds like a reporter in a comic book to me. You know, Joe Judge. You know, he had the team run laps from that point on. So word is, New York Football Giants training camp isn't going well. So yeah, I would avoid all Giants. Would you want to elaborate on that or maybe rebut that statement?
I concur wholeheartedly.
Oh, okay. Is that all you got?
Yes, sir.
Then let's move to the huge signing of the week.
We have 2 minutes before the mock starts, just so you know. Signing of the week.
Huge signing of the week.
Signing of the week.
Yeah, the New Orleans Saints have signed Devonta Freeman to a 1-year contract.
Yeah, this definitely deserves this decibel.
Yes, it does. Because I know you're thinking, really, that's the big signing? Well, allow me to explain. I heard a report that that the Saints signed Freeman. This is from a journalist that covers the Saints, specifically he's in Louisiana. Okay, covers the Saints, so that's all he covers. And I heard a interview with him, and he said that the Saints signed Freeman for him to share time with Latavius Murray at the RB spot to allow Alvin Kamara to be used as a wide receiver more. So with the Thomas injury and the Freeman signing, Kamara looks to be both the RB1 and the wide receiver 1. You don't think that's worth the 101 pick?
I think it is.
Come on! Do you see why I was so excited about that being the huge signing of the week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because in my eyes, Kamara just went from like, you know, I'm at mid first round, dude, to 101. 101, just like that, dude. Over McCaffrey, over Dalvin Cook, over Henry. You know, I mean, dude, 101. Yeah, so what do you think, man?
No, I definitely agree with. I mean, we've been talking about this. I've been high on Kamara all year, and you know, I wholeheartedly agree. He's going to be the number 1 receiver and the number 1 running back for the Saints this year. Alvin Kamara is the offense.
I think the show agrees that he's going to be the RB1 by the end of the year. He'll be one running back 1. Yeah, so because you're getting both wide receiver and running back in one position, dude. That's cheating. That's what that is. And Connor has a ring to back that up. You know, Mr. Jalen Samuel gave him that ring. Mr. Tight End. Mr.
Jalen Samuel is a tight end, and Damian Williams in the flex.
Oh well, yeah, dude. But that guy's our RB. He's not proving my point. Yeah. So, moving on. Good news for Connor's late round defense approach. Word out of the Sunshine State is that Mr. Howard, Xavier Howard, is now open to working out his contract dispute with the Dolphins, stating, "quote unquote, it's up to them." At least now there's a chance that he'll stay and give drafters some more options if picking defense late. What's your thoughts on that info, Connor?
You know, it's hard to get a pulse on the Dolphins at this point in time because I feel like Xavier Howard is using good old smoke and mirrors. I can't figure out if he's just doing it to get paid or if he's doing it to get a trade. But either way, it's not the morale that you want for a defense going into the year. I believe last time we talked about this, I said I was off on the Dolphins. I'm still off on the Dolphins.
Okay.
And I don't think that unless they bring someone in, I don't think that I'm going to be in on them.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Let's stay with the Dolphins, and I don't know if you hear that.
I don't. Can you make it a little louder, maybe?
Yeah, dude. Because it's it's perfect.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
Reports out of Miami are that Will Fuller has injured his foot, and head coach Brian Flores considers him day to day and hopes to get him back as quick as possible. It's bad enough that he's going to be suspended for a game due to the a little extra juice, because he had juice last year, but we don't know if it was juice or if it was juice.
Yeah.
But
probably a little
but
column
now,
A, a little column B.
Yeah, right. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little salt, a little pepper. Never heard nothing, right? Yeah. Well, I heard something. He's out for a game, but now he's got this injury. So basically, the coach said, Flores said, he's getting rehab and working to take care of his body. What I'm reading, what are you reading out of that stuff, dude?
I'm reading that obviously Wentz and Fuller had a bet at the beginning of the season. Which one of us can get injured first? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
It sucks to be both. Okay, so our draft is starting.
Yeah, I see that. I see it. Okay.
Speaking of, can I transition to some news? Because I have some news.
Yes, and I'll just chime in with the drafts when I see them coming through. Okay. So we have number one McCaffrey.
Number one.
Yeah, keep going. I'm just gonna pop in.
Should go number one.
Number two, Cook.
Number two, Cook. So number one, McCaffrey. Number two, Cook. Nick Chubb got paid. Speaking of guys going in the first round, Nick Chubb got paid, and he expressed his gratitude, which I always think is cool.
You're up, man. You're up.
So
He just went Derrick Henry and Kamara right before Connor. Yeah, which kind of gets him in the jellies.
Yeah, it's the perfect zone where I'm like, who do I draft? And
it is. It is. It's rough, dude. That's tough because like Zeke's there, Taylor's there, Barkley's there, Chubb's there. So and you went Taylor, right? You went J-Train?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then right after that was Chubb, just like you said, dude. You spoke it into existence, yeah. And now it's Zeke. And now it's up to me. And of course, dude, go ahead and say who I'm going to get, Connor. Tell me who I'm going to get.
You're going to get Diggs.
Fuck yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yes, man. Yes, sir, I am. Yes, sir, I am. That is exactly who I am, because that's the guy that I really want. As you hope for a high pick to get Kamara, I hope for a low pick to get Diggs. I really like Diggs, dude. He's a monster. He's a target monster. He's on top of everything, and so basically, now it's up to me. Okay, do you want to go ahead and tell who went when just now?
So Eclair, holy shit, he went high.
Okay.
So this guy picked Barkley and Eclair back to back.
Okay.
I already don't like this guy.
Yeah, I love him. I love him because it allowed me to do this. I drafted
Davante Adams.
Mr. Davante Adams. So I'm starting off with Diggs and Adams. Woo! Love it. That's saucy. That is saucy. So. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I could have gotten Hill, but I just read that Hill's nursing an injury right now. He's got tendonitis, and so of course they can play through that, but tendonitis can flare up at any time, So I have tendonitis, so I know I know how it is, dude. So, and I'm sure that his body, even though he's considerably younger than me, I'm sure his body's about my age, So, So anyway, dude. Okay, so how many more picks till we? Well, let's go and just run down. So everybody knows I got Adams, and after Adams went Eckler, then Hill, then Metcalf, then
That's
Jefferson.
early. I
and
got
then Jones.
Jefferson. Yeah.
Okay, you got Jefferson. Yeah, that was a good pick, and then Jones went after. That's the lowest I've seen Jones in all the drafts that I've done since the news of Rodgers returning. Then it's Gibson, and then now we're waiting on the clock. But so we're in Houston right now. Would you agree that we are in Houston, sir?
Yes, sir. H-Town.
Yes, and so since we are in Houston, we are almost contractually obligated to talk, about this. The Houston Texans. So let's talk Deshaun Watson. So today, which is Tuesday, is the first day that the Texans are putting on pads, and coincidentally, Watson is being held out of practice due to a minor toe injury. Now, a quote comes from head coach David Culley about the missing Pro Bowler, and his response was, "We make decisions every day based on what's best for our football team," and then said, "Nothing new today on that." Connor, your thoughts on that?
Fuck the Texans organization, bro. I'm so tired of... I mean, my grandma could run them better. And she's in a home. Bless her soul.
But why
She
do you
doesn't
think
even
I'm wearing?
like football.
Why do you think I'm wearing this hat? Like in Houston?
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Born and bred, I'm a run that flag. I don't agree with the coaches and shit, but I'm still gonna run that flag.
As long as Easterby, man. Yeah, Easterby needs to go. But I still have hope. I see. Look at this right there. Hope. I got hope.
We need hope.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what this is doing is that this is setting up Watson. They don't want to. Apparently, I mean, of course, he's probably in training in the locker room, talking mess, right? So he's probably influencing a bad locker room. And so also just having him hanging around, this incredible talent that doesn't want to play for your team is bad for morale. So I think he's just trying to keep him off the field, not make sure he also doesn't get hurt, so that way they can trade him for the biggest value. I still think Connor and I talked a little bit about this. That of course anybody that has a podcast or a radio show or any type of medium to talk about fantasy football or football in general are saying that that Watson is going to Philly because Philly has the best that they can offer. Oh, did you guys hear that? That
You're
means
up. You're up.
It's me. Yes, it's me. And I've been jabbering here, so let's see. 3. I need to.
I know
run
who
it
I
back.
would get if I were you. I know.
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, I'm
David
going.
Montgomery.
Yeah, that definitely is. I feel very confident with that guy being my RB1. Yes, I'm very happy with that pick. Very
I'm happy for you because I have Allen Robinson, so I can't get him this time.
Oh, there's me again. Yeah, okay, there we go. And I put Chris Carson because RB2.
You really shat the bed with that one in my
Nope, not as an RB2. Not as an RB2.
Fair enough.
Nope. Yeah, so and I prefer having that floor of Chris Carson as opposed to like going with McLaurin, who was there to put him put him in my flex. McLaurin, I like McLaurin. I think he's going to do well, but we're all excited because Fitzpatrick is the quarterback for McLaurin. But name me the last season that Fitzpatrick played the whole season as the starter of any team. Can you remember? Were you born then?
Fitzpatrick? I don't know. I don't think I was born then.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun to get excited about him right now because Fitzpatrick is there and everything. But I don't know if he's going to last the season. And this is like what, the 3rd pick or 4th pick of the draft. I mean, you can't be messing around. I mean, if a misstep here could cause a damage. Won't ruin your season, but it definitely would hurt. Okay, and so I don't want to take that chance on McLaurin. I'd rather go for the floor because I feel like I have that ability because I have Diggs and I have Adams. So I have a pretty strong wide receiver core. So I think that I'm in that spot. So that's why I did what I did. Let's see here. So it went me, Carson, and then Dobbins, then Sanders, and then Hawkinson in the Hawkinson in the fourth. All right, well, you do you, big time. And then there's Connor picking Mr. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, so yeah. Then after him went McLaurin, then Pat Mahomes. So he picked Jackson before Mahomes. Wanted to throw it out there, and then went Swift. Now Murray at the bottom, and there I think we're at the turn, right? To the fifth. Yeah, we're at the fifth round now, so that's the turn. So run down your team really quick that you have right now, Connor.
So I have Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Allen Robinson, and Jonathan Taylor making up my my top 4 picks.
Nice. All right, and so I have I just was there. There we are. Yeah, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, David Montgomery, and Chris Carson. Okay, all right. See, then the first pick of the fifth was Julio Jones, which
Kyler Murray
that's
went
good.
kind of early, dude.
Oh yeah, Kyler Murray went low. Oh yeah. There's a few people went early. Kyler Murray went early. I think Hawkinson went too early. I love you, my brother, but I think Jackson went a little too early. You know, you could have waited till another round for him, especially since he's on the COVID list right now. So we have Julio Jones was the first pick of the first round, and then after him went Amari Cooper, which that's too early for Amari in my opinion. Then after him was Josh Jacobs, and then Old Faithful, good Old Faithful, Mr. Robert Woods. Yes, as sturdy as the name that he has. The Wookiee, Mark Andrews. Connor picked Mark Andrews. All right, and so let me see where I am. Oh, let's see. Okay, that can wait. Okay, how about we just that's. Let me think about this. Okay, all right, yeah, let's just go do that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to switch things up a little bit. I think maybe. Let me see. What do you think? What do you think, Connor? Should I change it on the fly, or should I stay solid?
Stay water, my friend.
Yeah. I'm solid. Yeah, I'm going Gaskin. Yeah.
You're going good old Thunderflex.
Yes, I sure am. And then I'm gonna come back around in the seventh round. Or no, it's the sixth round.
Yeah.
It's the sixth round. Okay, this is sixth round. Well, what am I missing? Oh, I know what I'm missing. Okay. Sixth round. What do you think?
Well, I know you normally get Kenny G, but you don't want. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'll take the shot on Kyle Pitts. Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be my tight end. My tight end one will be Kyle Pitts because I'm going to do that because I'm going to angle for later on in the draft to pick up another tight end because tight ends kind of go deep. You know, like you can get like what Connor likes to do, Jared Cook, like in the 14th, 15th round, and that's a starting tight end, guys, on one of the best and gals on one of the best offenses, or most explosive offenses, I should say, in the NFL. So yeah, man. So it's I think that's taking a shot on Pitts. We'll see what happens. Sixth round, not bad. Okay, but before Pitts, in fact, let's go with Connor. Let's go with where Connor picked Andrews. Okay, after Andrews was Josh Allen. This in the fifth round. Then after Allen was Darrell Henderson. Ooh, there we go. Then after him was Cooper Kupp. Then after him was my pick, which was Myles Gaskin. And then to round out the fifth round was Adam Thielen. Then the first pick of the sixth round was DJ Moore. Then the next pick was mine, which was Kyle Pitts. After me was Tyler Lockett, and then Brandon Ayuk. Then after Mr. Ayuk was Kareem Hunt, and then Connor was up, and so he picked his man, Travis Etienne. Then after Etienne was Deontay Johnson, then Kenny Golladay, and now that sits us right at Russell Wilson. Nice and packed up. What's up with Etienne, dude? Why picking him so high? You know, you could probably maybe wait another round on him.
Man, he fell. He fell to me. I was thinking about picking him a whole round earlier.
Every draft I've been, he goes about 7. Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah. Because I think, let me make sure, if Mike Davis is there. Yeah, because I haven't ever seen Mike Davis drop below him.
Well, I think I talked to you about this before on the show, but
Mhm.
I'll do it again because it's good.
Okay.
It's good to remind people. Maybe someone's listening. They haven't heard me say it last time.
Yeah. How about new listeners? Come on. Where are
Shout
you?
out to the
We
new
love
listeners. Where you're all at?
We love you.
Love
We
you.
love you. We love
Love
you.
you so much. My double front bicep is for y'all.
And how about the people that are listening on High Volume Music Radio app?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
bad. Feel bad for y'all not being able to see my biceps in all their glory. So for all you high volume music radio listeners, make sure to subscribe to Shoot the Cap. Find out more about why I like Travis Etienne. I'm in on him and I'm paying up for him early because when I mock, I like to condition myself like it's a real fantasy draft. And in a real fantasy draft, people get guys when they shouldn't, and if you have a guy that you really like, you should be willing to pay up 1, maybe 2 rounds above of where their ADP is, just as a safety.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're wanting to construct your team. Yeah, and there's times whenever you can get too cute when you're like, I think I'll wait on somebody I really want because I want to get like my 3rd wide receiver or my 4th, running back or something like that. Yeah, you definitely have to prioritize. You can't get poisoned, and that's a very good point, Connor. Because if anybody's been doing mock drafts before this month, before August, it wasn't a bad idea to, not really like to have your strategy, but not really like pick it, so you don't give other people ideas of what you're trying to do to keep other ADPs down and stuff like that. I mean, there is a thought process behind that. But now it doesn't matter. There's so many people doing mocks that anything that you choose, you're not going to influence too many people. Plus, everybody has their own focus right now, and the ADP probably will not change. Okay, so now is the time to do exactly what Connor's saying. Get your strategy together. Start if you have to pick. Like if you have a kicker that you think is going to be lights out, giving you 20 points a game, pick him in the 3rd round. Do what you want to do. Oh. That's me. That noise was me coming up. And look who's there. Oh, I think. Welcome to my neighborhood, Mr. Rogers. Yes. All right. My quarterback is going to be Aaron Rodgers in the 7th round. I am happy with that acquisition. Yes. And Connor, do you want to do the rundown real quick of where we how we got to where we are at this moment?
So, from the last, where did we leave off? We left off at me getting ATN, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, some fool picked up. I say fool, because he got Deontay Johnson. He got Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I think I was already there. You know what? Let me pick up.
Yeah,
I got you, dude.
Okay.
Dude, thank you. No, you had to kill time, and I appreciate that. We actually left off at Russell Wilson, which was almost to the end, and then after Russell Wilson was Mr. Noah Fant. That rounded off the round 6. All right, here we are. Round 7, the top. Round 7. So, the guy picked OB or Hayden, could be a man or a woman, whatever. OBJ. Odell Beckham Jr., that's who they picked. After OBJ was Mike Davis. I keep on trying to say Miles Davis. Then after him was T. Higgins. And then Dak Prescott. Then, of course, there's Connor picking his boy, Robbie Anderson. And then a very good spot to pick him, by the way, Connor. Seriously, that's good value. Yeah, it's a good value. And that's getting him like a round ahead. That's doing exactly what you're talking about. So that was real smart. Then after him was Juju Smith-Schuster. And then Tyler Higbee. Then it was Herbert. And then my pick, which I picked Aaron Rodgers. Then after me, to round out the 7th, was James Robinson. Start the top of the 8th. We have Mr. Jones. Mr. Who? Jones Jr.? Who? Connor?
Who?
Ronald Jones Jr. Sorry, I'm trying to include you. Get a different voice in here. And then after him was me. I picked Jamar Chase. Then after that pick was Tom Brady. Then Jalen Hurts. Then Jared Judy. Then there's Connor picking Raheem Mostert in the 8th, which he's got a strategy behind. In fact, what is your strategy behind that? In fact, hang on. Let me say this one thing. After him was Chase Edmonds. Then after Chase Edmonds was Sermon. So go ahead, dude. Why are you picking Mostert so high?
I felt really good about that pick too, by the way.
Well, good, but why?
Man, I don't know. Chase Edmonds is actually looking pretty good though. I'm still figuring out which late round running backs I'm keen on, and right now I like Mostert because he's going to be a great play at the beginning of the season, because ATN, I know that he's gonna hit. It might take him half the season to hit, but he's gonna hit because he has that brain trust with Trevor Lawrence. I'm assuming it's going to take Trevor Lawrence and ATN a little bit of time to get acclimated, but they're going to get it. I think that Raheem Mostert is the opposite, because it's just him and the Rook right now, because Wilson is already injured, and then Gallman needs to get acclimated.
Okay. All right. Okay. And also, there's a really important point that we always like to hammer in. Not hammer on. Hammer-ons are cool, but hammer in this point on rookie running backs. Rookie running backs, make sure that you can draft them. They're fine. They're great. Everybody loves rookie running backs. But you got to be patient. All right? Because just like Connor said, sometimes it might take half a year. I'm the donkey, the who drafted Swift and dropped Swift because I was
You
like,
were Swift to drop Swift.
no, I wasn't. I dragged my feet a little, but I did end up dropping him. Yeah, but yeah. No, actually, I'll agree with you just to make the joke work. Yes, I was Swift to drop Swift. Yeah, just to make it work for you. Yeah, that's how much I love you, man. But yeah, but if I would have waited, then I would have been able to use him later on in the playoffs whenever he would have really helped me out, because I had Derrick Henry, and if anybody owned Derrick Henry during the playoffs, Derrick Henry did not get me into the playoffs. He got me into the playoffs, but he did not get me to the championship. Yeah, there's all that thing about him turning into Yeti or whatever, cold months, dude. I don't know, man. For the last game of the season, the championship game, he gave me like single digits. Okay,
Well,
so
dude, you have the true Yeti, and that is David Montgomery.
I like David Montgomery. I just read.
You know what he is? He's the polar bear. That's his nickname. That's his nickname now, the polar bear, because he does perfectly in cold climates.
Okay, you rolling with that? You're sticking with that? You're happy with it?
I reserve the right to change it at any point in time.
Yeah, I just read though that today, that another report came out about Tariq Cohen, that he's not days away from practicing; he's weeks away from practicing. So that's going to give David Montgomery well enough time to take over the lead duties. I know he has Damian Williams, but Damian Williams is there just to go ahead and third down, just to spell David Montgomery. David Montgomery is going to be a large part of that Bears offense, man. I think this is going to be the year that he's going to explode. I'm real excited. I'd be real excited about him. And you already know, if anybody's been watching the show, you know about my love for Chris Carson. I have a lot of love for Chris Carson. In fact, and he was there, but I picked David Montgomery over him, not because of the quick turnaround. Well, that kind of helped, but also the fact that I think Montgomery's going to be he's going to last longer. How about that? He's going to last longer than the other dude. What do you think, Connor?
Montgomery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's built. That motherfucker's built to last, man. I'll never forget the first game we watched him play, because we both had a lot of interest in him. You could say we've both collectively been very interested in him since the day he's been in the NFL. You said it best. He's one of those players where it's like his Madden ability is like every time you tackle him, like it makes him like a little stronger. Like it like activates him. Like he doesn't get activated till like the fourth quarter, really.
Yeah, but see, the thing is I had him whenever whenever his rookie year, and that was whenever Mike Davis was on the team. And I remember the first game. You were watching it with me, dude. We were all excited to see.
The first snap.
Yeah, I mean, the first snap was Mike Davis. Second snap, Mike Davis. And we didn't see David Montgomery for I don't know, man, till the fourth quarter, at the very end. And dude, that was so disappointing. And then of course last year he started off kind of in a weird situation also. And so, I think this is the year though that Matt Nagy always has that BU written on his clipboard. I think it's gonna, it probably sounds about right that it would take him a year to read it, to do the right thing, to do the smart thing, which is to hand the reins over to Montgomery. Okay, let's get everybody caught up. Okay, so last time we were, Connor had picked Raheem Mostert, and then this is in the 8th round. So, and then Chase Edmonds after that, then Trey Sermons after that. The Dallas Goedert, which news report just came out that Zach Ertz is looking really good in training camp. So I don't know if Goddard has full reign of that, like everybody thinks that he has. I think Ertz is still going to be a pain into Goddard's Balzac. Yeah, okay, so yeah. So after Goddard, was to round out the 8th round was Mr. Harris, Damian Harris. Then to start off the 9th was Los Angeles Rams defense, then Washington defense, which says that it looks like there's now more auto pickers. That's what that might mean. Yeah. And then after that was Cortland Sutton, which there's been reports that his knee's on 100%, so keep an eye on that. Pittsburgh defense after Sutton, then Matt Stafford, then Baltimore defense after that, and then Javonte Williams, which is a good pickup, especially in the 9th, so good on you, Nathan, for picking that up. Deebo Samuel after him, then I picked up Michael Carter, then after that was Ryan Tannehill to round out the 9th. The start the 10th was San Francisco defense, and then I picked Devontae Smith, the injured wide receiver. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Then was Rashad Bateman, which, how about that? That's a weird pick because that guy's injured right now, and so is Hollywood. All right, so the actual sneaky pick on the Ravens is the Lizard Man himself, Sammy Watkins. That's the guy that you want. That's the wide receiver you want for the Baltimore Ravens. So sorry, Valto, for you picking Mr. Bateman. Then after that was Justin Tucker, and then Harrison Butker. And then after that was Connor picking Cleveland way too high. Cleveland defense. He probably could have waited about 3 more rounds on that guy. That's okay.
I have a reason.
That's fine. And then after that was Koo. And that leads us where we're at. So go ahead, preach, my brother. Talk about the reasoning for picking Cleveland so high.
Because I didn't see anything at all that I liked, and I'd rather pick something that I know I'm going to take later on than something that I regret. Because I am a perfectionist, and I would rather do that than have something, and then I'm looking at my mock and I'm like, man, I really hate this one pick that I did.
But you and I talked about this before. What about Michael Thomas? He was there. That's like a guy that you want to put on your, like you're aiming for, and he's like right there.
The old man that I am, I didn't have them. I didn't have the star next to their thing.
Okay. Yeah. Who else can I knock you up on? Oh, Dylan. Yeah, A.J. Dillon was there, and Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake's going to be really good for PPR. I know everybody's down on Kenyon Drake, but
I have thoughts on that.
Yeah, okay, well, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
I really contemplating drafting Josh Jacobs in this draft. I was going to either get him or Lamar Jackson because I do not believe that Kenyon Drake will survive a full season. He never has. I would not be surprised if Josh Jacobs becomes a stud back again. Not because of, him necessarily wanting to. That asshole clearly doesn't care about fantasy. Or even, Heyman himself, wanting to make him a stud back. But just I don't think that Drake's gonna stay healthy, man.
See, I'm on the other side. I think Kenyon Drake will be fine because he's not going to be used to be pound through between the tackles and things of that sort like he was used kind of in Arizona. They used him they tried to use him as a 3-down back, which he's not. But they're going to use Jacobs for that. However, the offensive line has lost a few really important pieces.
That's true.
And so the running is going to be difficult, but the passing won't, or will be easier, I should say. And all he's got to really worry about, he's got Ruggs deep, of course. Then he has the Walrus, of course. He has Darren Waller, but then he also he has, and that's it. The past two, right? I mean, that's pretty much the receiving core. So Kenyon Drake absolutely is going to be involved, and Kenyon Drake also lines up as receiver. He did that in Miami a lot. So I think that he's going to be a passing guy. So in a PPR league, I think he's going to do really, really well. So that's why I think that you should see. I think that we all think that the masks were a good idea. yeah.
Maybe.
But they give me a little better.
Maybe this time, no masks. Then next time, full regalia.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
one of Jonah Hill's best roles.
Yeah. He freaked me out whenever he started losing weight. He started getting a little weird looking on me, dude.
Then you'd like him in War Dogs, then.
I'm sure I do. I mean, I do like the guy. I think he's seriously, I do like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He's, really does a really good job. Let's catch.
Superbad.
Yes.
A lot of good movies with him.
Yes, let's catch people up. Okay, so last we dropped off at the round 10 with Mr. Koo. So after Koo was Claypool, then Greg the Leg Zerline, and then Tyler Bass, again, probably auto pickers. That rounded out the 10th round. At the top of the 11th, we have Mr. Fournette. Then Melvin Gordon in the 11th, that's really good value, actually, Gino. Good on you. Logan Thomas, David Johnson, that's bad value. Antonio Brown, then DJ Chark, then Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then good old Balto picked A.J. Dillon. Then I picked the Indianapolis defense. I forgot to mention that Connor was the one who picked Antonio Brown. Then at the end of the round 11 was Mr. Lutz, Will Lutz. Top of the 12th, we have Brandon Cooks. We have me. I picked the Colonel himself, Adam Troutman. And that's what I was talking about. That's why I was comfortable on picking Pitts, because I think Troutman's going to be a breakout candidate from the jump. Okay, so I think that's why I was very confident in picking Kyle Pitts. All right, so then after Troutman was Kansas City, and then Will Fuller, and then we have Kenyon Drake, and then of course there he is. He fell. Michael Thomas fell to Connor, so Connor was like, "Oh, I didn't even know he was there," and so he picked up Thomas. Then after Thomas was Tyler Boyd, then Curtis Samuel. That's really good value in the 12th round. Then Robert Tonyan, again good value. Then Joe Burrow, again good value. Yeah, and then starting the top of the 13th, we have Malcolm Brown, then Jarvis Landry, and that brings us to...
No, that was Hollywood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. That's Hollywood Brown. Oh, my God. What's this Hayden guy thinking? Anyway, then Jarvis Landry. Thank you, sir. Then Jason Sanders. And then now that brings us to Matt Ryan, and now Connor's on the clock. All right. Woo! There you go. That's how you do it. Okay, so what are you thinking, Connor?
Well, I know the next three guys that I'm gonna get. So at this point, I'm just getting depth. I'm already.
Holy mackerel! You could wait till the 15th round. He goes undrafted, dude.
You could say that about any of the picks I'm doing, though, because I got him, I got Cook, and I got Sly.
Yeah, I guess so, dude.
Yeah.
I guess so. And him he's talking about is Trey Lance. So Connor went for Trey Lance, even though that Lawrence was there for the taking. Why did you pick Lance over Lawrence, man?
Because I like the upside, and I like the chances of him, being a high part of a high-powered offense that runs the ball a lot.
Okay, so
plus their defense is better than the Jags.
Yeah, okay, that is true. Okay, and that's actually a strike against a quarterback, better defense, because better defense means less throwing. So they're gonna.
What I mean is like the Jaguars, they could do the type of thing where it's like they're doing good, but their defense, they don't have time to rest up, and then their defense like how do I say this? You're not wrong, but there are situations in which having a good defense helps your offense stay balanced. Therefore, You know, it's like when the Ravens had their really good season. This ring 2019 when the Ravens had their really good season, their defense was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Lamar ran. I think that was the thing, right?
Yep, that was the
Okay,
thing.
so you're basically saying that Trey Lance is going to be a runner. He's not going to be a passer. That's what you're
I
trying
think
to
he's
say.
going to do both, but I think he will run a lot.
But you have Mostert, so you're kind of working against yourself.
Well, you know, it's called hedging your bets. You know,
Okay, it is a lower pick, so no big deal on that.
this is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I would have gone Lawrence. I would have
Well, you
totally
know,
gone
I thought
Lawrence.
that your last pick, it had a. No, I'm joking. Brian picked Matt Gay
No,
as
no.
his kicker.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let's go and
If you
go
could
with
just have those TPS reports ready, that'd be great.
Well, no, that's South Park, dude. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So after Trey Lance, let's go ahead and just complete that on the 13th round. So we have Trey Lance, and then after Trey Lance was which was Connor's pick. After that was Kirk Cousins, then Mike Gesicki, and then Robert Gould, and then I picked Jamal Williams, and then Fitzpatrick. I just read that that the head coach said that it's going to be a 1-2 punch with Jamal, so he's going to be out there quite a bit. I figured that 13th round, that's not a bad thing to shoot for right there. However, there was news that Albert Breer from the Sports Illustrated said that he just visited Detroit Lions training camp, and by what he can see, Swift is going to be a bell cow back. So that's what he says. Head coach saying something else. We don't know what's what. All we know is we know nothing, Socrates. So after Jamal Williams was Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then after him was Big Irv Smith, and then after that was whenever I picked Matt Gay, and then after that was Zach Moss. Then it was Mayfield, but first name Baker Mayfield. Then we have Austin Hooper, and then Connor picked Joey Sly. Then it was Jonnu Smith. Then Denver defense, and then there's Trevor Lawrence in the bottom of the 14th, and then to round out the bottom of the 14th was Evan Ingram. Last round, top of the last round, we have New England defense, Miami defense, David Jones. That's funny. Daniel Jones, New Orleans defense. Then Connor picked Cook. And then we have Los Angeles Clippers defense, then Buffalo defense, and I am up next as soon as whoever picks, then as soon as the guy picks Hunter Henry. So this is my last pick of the draft. I want to pick a quarterback that I think is going to have good upside, something that I think that's going to be maybe a surprise later on, something like that. And looking down at the list, there's two guys that pop out at me. One is Zach Wilson, the number 2 pick of the draft. I think that people are sleeping on the Jets, but I'm going to pick Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I think that he's going to get traded to the Broncos. I don't think the NFL is going to do anything as far as putting these suspensions on him until everything irons itself out. And then, so I think he's going to play this year for my Broncos. So yeah, so go ahead and run down your team real quick, Connor.
All right, bro. So,
Let me finish the draft. I'm sorry, dude. Let me just go and finish the draft. So I picked Watson. Then right after me was Minnesota defense. There we go. Now it's in.
Gotcha. And by the way, I don't mean to bust your balls, but you said Los Angeles Clippers defense. We all know you meant the Chargers.
No, man, the Clippers, dude. What? They're not. What? What would I say wrong?
You said Clippers. That's best basketball.
Oh, it says you, dude. Come on, why are you putting labels on things, dude? What's wrong with you, man? Come on, the Clippers identify as an NFL team. They're an NFL team. I'm sorry, dude.
You know, Brian has won this round. He's just the power of 2021. So
Yes!
I'm going to go ahead and start things off. So I got Lamar Jackson as my quarterback. And yes, I have the Jackson-Andrews stack, which I'm very happy about. That's what helped me get – that's why I won this ring, my 2019 ring. I'll put that all – that's all Lamar, Mark Andrews. Then I got Justin Jefferson and Allen Robinson as my wide receivers 1 and 2. And I feel real good about that. 2 target monsters of mock, so to say.
Yeah.
Then I got Jonathan Taylor as my RB1. I feel good about that, despite everything. I'd much rather have Kamara. And then
Agreed.
there's Etienne.
Which he's
my
not
RB2.
started.
He's not
That's
starting.
not. No, that's not started. Yeah.
That's not starting. I would probably have Mostert start game.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. You're playing that Mostert at the beginning, and whenever he peters out, then that's when you're going to put in Etienne, because Etienne should be up and going by then. So
Yeah.
not a bad strategy.
Then I have Robbie, Mr. Anderson himself. Then on the bench, we got Matty Stafford. We got Antonio Brown. I am the Walrus. Michael Thomas, Trey Lance, and Jared Cook.
You don't have Waller. You don't have Darryl Waller.
I'm making a hollerback joke to when Antonio Brown had a blonde mustache, and people were briefly calling him the Walrus. Yeah, that's a hollerback. That's back to when he was on the Raiders, I want to say. Feels like such a long time ago. So obviously I would have a free spot because Michael Thomas would be in my IR in this situation. So I just want it to be known that I would pick up Rashad Penny in this situation. I have Sly as my kicker, and I have the Browns as my defense.
Nice. And I'm of the feeling that Chris Carson's going to play more than one game. Connor thinks he's not going to last a quarter. So in my opinion, Rashard Penny, I did not draft him because Rashard Penny will be in the pool within about a couple weeks. Yeah, in my opinion. But no, I can see what you're. Well, there's some, and then yeah, you did talk about Cleveland defense and Joey Sly. Yeah, I would say that the only thing I'm asking your reasoning behind everything. It's not a bad draft coming from your point of view, and nobody knows if it's a good draft or not. Let's be honest, we don't know if it is or not. But there are a lot of strong points on there. The Jefferson and Robinson, I like those guys. I definitely do like Andrews. Like Anderson, of course. Sly, yeah. But again, those guys were picked way too high in my opinion. But whatever. And Mostert, I can see everything there. Antonio Brown, I just don't. I just have a bad taste in my mouth about that guy. He messed me up. The Thomas thing, we've talked about that before, but good on you, dude. And Lance and Cook, we talked about that as we went. So not bad, not a bad draft. I would caution, I'm not going to just say caution you, but just caution anybody that's listening that this is probably not the year to do stacks. There is with that NFL new rule of that if that they can do forfeiting games now if there's a COVID guy that is or if COVID outbreak is due to an unvaccinated player. Not trying to say that there's an unvaccinated player on the Ravens in this situation. I'm just saying that they might be playing somebody else that might have that situation. Well, yeah, great. That's great for NFL, for that team, that they get a win for the forfeit, but it's bad for fantasy because now you have two of your starting guys that are not starting. So now you're having to scramble. So I'm not a big fan of stacking if you can prevent it, no matter how tempting it is. Because that Devontae, here I am preaching that, but I do have the Devontae Adams and the Aaron Rodgers stack. I do succumb to temptation also. So yeah, but it's probably something we should probably be keeping an eye out for. But just. Put too many eggs in one basket, and then you got problems, with this whole COVID mess. So, just throwing that out there. Okay, so, but no, not a bad draft, man. I think that you would you definitely make the playoffs with that team. I think you would.
I think I would.
Yeah, especially if you look at my roster. So let's go over mine. Okay, so I have Aaron Rodgers. I have Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams. Then David Montgomery as my RB1, as my RB2, Chris Carson, as my tight end, Kyle Pitts, which I probably would start Troutman. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But then in my flex, I have, or I should say running back 3. It's not necessarily my flex, just my running back 3 is Mr. Gaskin. Yeah, so yeah, and then my kicker is Gay, and then my defense is Indy defense because I'm serious, dude. I really think it's still gonna be a good defense. It's playing against a like the weakest, is playing in the weakest division of football. So that's gonna be a lot of points there. And then Jamar on my bench, I have Jamar Chase. Then I have Michael Carter, Devontae Smith, then the Colonel, Adam Troutman, then Jamal Williams, and then rounded it off with Deshaun Watson. There you go, dude. That's my team.
I think that's a good team, man. That team is gonna make the playoffs because of because of Devontae Adams and Diggs, if nothing else.
I know. That's exactly why I did that because I felt like I was playing with house money after I started off with the two elite wide receivers. I mean, come on, man. Devontae Adams is definitely the guy to go for in any situation. I only went Diggs first because of my love for Diggs, but logic dictates that it should be Devontae Adams.
Yeah, we talked about this when we were hanging out earlier this week, and we were both like, dude, like, Adams is over, and I was like, yeah, like if I have that option, I'm picking Adams over Diggs.
But I mean, I just can't do that because I just don't want to see Diggs on somebody else's team.
No, dude, that's the great thing about fantasy, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's like I'd rather, I'm the same way. That's probably how I feel about Lamar Jackson. That's probably one of the reasons why I picked him above of Mahomes.
Yeah, right. Exactly right. It's because that's the guy that you want, and you don't want to see him on somebody else's team.
You go to the dance with the girl that got you there.
Something like that. Yeah, but even if they have COVID, which Lamar has right now.
Yeah,
so.
The Ravens historically were one of the worst teams when it came to dealing with COVID last year. So that's actually something to keep an eye on.
Well, but okay. Well, guess what?
Gus Edwards already has it.
Yeah, Gus Edwards has it. Yeah. In fact, I was going to do on the news section. I was going to go and talk. Let's just talk about it real quick since we mentioned it, and then we'll go and land this plane. Let's see here. And also, please, everybody, comment. On the go to YouTube if you're listening to us on the app for the Pride of Sunnyside on the High Volume Music Radio app. Go to YouTube, and then make sure and make a comment. Let us know what you think of our drafts. If you like it, if you don't like it. If you're watching, please go ahead and make a comment. We'd love to hear back from you. Seriously, let us know that you're out there and that if you like it or love it or whatever. Or if you don't like it, let us know, man. We'd love to hear from you. But here are the COVID list right now. It's Lamar Jackson, Mike Gesicki, the other Miami tight ends. I don't think you care. Kirk Cousins and Gus Edwards. So those are the ones that are up there. So. They're popping up every day, so just keep an eye on that. Make sure to not ride just with one tight end or one QB or anything like that. I mean, you got to have backups. So, all right, Connor. So what do you think, man? Should we go ahead and land this plane, my brother?
Yes, sir, skis.
Okay, well, we're always going to start off, but whenever this is kind of putting the wheels down, getting to land that plane. So we always want to thank our supporters of our shows, Sport Host Ads, and High Volume Music Radio. Make sure to check them out online, highvolumemusicradio.com, and download that app. You'll be happy that you did. Also, Connor, if they were entertained by two generational beefheads bantering about, what should they do?
Oh, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you dislike it, hit that button twice.
Nice. And this is our shameless plug time. So, Connor, talk about your book plug.
Every time I tell you this. No, that is one thing that'll not be in my book, are plugs. But it's a great book about a great man named Alvin Jackson. He played football. He played on Penn State. He also was an Olympian. Shout out to the Olympics going on right now. He placed third in the hammer toss. He threw that shit 660.6 meters, son. 3-6 Mafia. And, he did a lot of other cool shit. He met Donald Trump. He met The Who. He had to cover, he was a reporter live on the scene when The Who, that natural disaster thing where, like, all the people got trampled or whatever. He was there for that. He saw Phoenix Lights. He met some crazy German scientists that showed him zero gravity technology and a bunch of other stuff, man. I'm telling you, he's like if Forrest Gump played football. You gotta read it, man. Link in the description. It's free on Amazon as an ebook. Go read it.
Forrest Gump did play football, brother. Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. He's like if Forrest Gump was athletic and played football.
He was a fast runner. That's why he got the
Okay,
scholarship.
motherfucker. I know that in the movie Tom Hanks ran fast. We both know that Tom Hanks ain't athletic for shit. I love you, but come on. You know what I'm trying to say.
But it's Forrest Gump, dude, not Tom Hanks.
Fuck you, dude. You know what I'm trying to say.
Just throwing it out there, man. Okay.
No, and fuck Tom Hanks for making all of that happen. Fuck Tom Hanks.
I would never
I
say
don't
that.
care. I don't care who I lost. I wish
Okay,
that boy stayed
okay.
on that island with fucking Wilson. Or outside.
I do not support that, but what I do support is my new show, Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian. So make sure to check it out every Thursday on highvolumemusicradio.com, 3 to 5, or on the High Volume Music Radio app.
Check it out.
That's Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian every Thursday, 3 to 5. We talk all types of sports. It's fun. All right, Connor. On behalf of Connor, the Gut Marshall, and me, your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, we want to thank you for watching, and we hope that this year was a damn sight better than the last. Time for party shots, Connor. Hit us some knowledge, big time.
Trust your gut, man. You know, look at the news. Even if there's someone that you've been hot from all summer, if you if you feel like the tide is turning, don't be afraid to stay water. Now, you might end up shooting yourself in the foot, faking the fake. But, when it comes to fantasy football, you have to get good at finding what's trusting your gut and what's faking the fake. Because when you're faking the fake, it's always in your head. It's never in your gut. So you just have to get good at finding that pulse, and then you stick with it.
Wow. Okay, so my party shot is Hard Knocks is back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so next time we do our show, the first episode would have aired because it will be airing next Tuesday. So make sure, actually it's a week from today. Yeah, so make sure and check that out. I'm so excited to see how Dak is healing and how Zeke is looking. So depending on what I see, Zeke might actually move up in my rankings. I don't know. So this is how important Hard Knocks is to me. I'm really excited. Make sure and check it out. You'll be happy that you did it. Get you pumped up. Get you ready for the season. So some good stuff. All right, Connor. Help me out here, my brother. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football, as in life,
Don't
dream it. Be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Land in that plane.
Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great week. Hope you have fun doing your mocks.
Like and subscribe.
One more.